Good morning, students. This video is for class 6 science, and today also we will continue with chemistry. Today our topic of discussion will be separation of mixtures. How to separate mixtures and what is the necessary of the separation of the components of mixture. Separation of mixtures. So, whenever we find a mixture, sometimes it is required for us to separate the components that is present in the mixture. What is the need? The need is that maybe there in that mixture there are some elements or components which are very useful to us. So we need to separate those useful components and throw out or remove the unwanted substances. This is why we need to separate the mixtures. We know that a mixture is not a pure substance. It consists of different types of components. Of these components, some may be useful and some may not be of use. So, in a mixture, all the elements or components that is present, it is not necessary that it has to be the components has to be useful to us. There may be some components which are not at all useful for us. So, for that reason, we need to separate the useful and the unwanted, that is not useful components from the mixtures. To use only the desirable components, that means the wanted, the useful components, separation is required. Separation of mixtures is necessary due to the following reason. So these are the reasons for which we separate the components. To separate useful components from a mixture, that means the first reason is to separate the useful components that are useful to us, that are needed for us. So this is the first reason why we should separate the mixture. For example, by churning milk, cream is separated from milk so that both the components can be used appropriately. So by churning milk, we can separate the cream from the milk and as well as the milk from the milk. So this is how we can separate the components of milk and we can use both the cream as well as the milk contained in it. Number 2, to remove unwanted materials or impurities from a mixture. Suppose if there is impurities in the mixture, to remove the impurities we can easily separate the mixture so that the useful and the not useful components can be used by us. For example, separation of husk from the rice grains. Husk means the skin of the rice grains. Unwanted stones from rice grains. When you buy rice from the market, the full bag of rice, you see sometimes you will find that there are stones in it. So we have to remove those. Those are unwanted things, unwanted substances that are mixed in the rice grains. Or pulses before cooking and separation of unwanted leaves from raw leafy vegetables. So whenever you go to the market and buy leafy vegetables, you find some unwanted leaves, like for example grasses are present, some unwanted leaves plants are present, so we remove those. Next, to get desirable or pure substances, to get useful or pure substances. For example, in preparation of tea leaves are separated from brewed tea. When you boil water and you put tea leaves in that, after the tea leaves gets boiled, you remove that leaves from that by the use of sieve, which is used to separate the liquid tea and the tea leaves. Next they have given few methods of separation. Methods of separation mixtures. There are many methods by which you can separate the mixture. For example, let us different components of mixtures have different chemical and physical properties. So whenever you find a mixture, they have different physical properties as well as chemical properties. Hence, selecting the appropriate method of separation of a mixture depends on the characteristic properties of each component. So depending upon the proper chemical as well as the physical properties, these substances need to be separated by using appropriate method. The first method is sieving. This is very common method where you find the women in your house doing this. Whenever, like for example, you separate the tea leaves from the tea, that is the process of sieving using a sieve. You separate the husk from the flour, or you can say that as maida also. When you separate the husk, when you separate the skin of the wheat, that is this process is also known as sieving. Sieving. The method of using a sieve to separate undesirable components from a mixture is called sieving. This method of separation is based on the difference in the sizes of the components to be separated. When using a sieve, a method is the following steps. So you must have seen the sieve, the utensil that is used, where you have, this is the utensils. So you have dot holes in it. So you put the flour here and then you shake it, and you see the bigger particles stays on the top of that, and the smaller particles moves and gets collected in a bowl. So what is the step? The mixture to be sieved is taken in a sieve. The mixture that is from where you have to separate the flour and the husk, you take that on the sieve. After that, a bowl is kept under the sieve. A bowl is kept here under the sieve, and the sieve is shaken to and fro. And the sieve is shaken to and fro. The larger components is left behind on the sieve, while the smaller components passes and gets collected in the bowl that is kept underneath the sieve. According to the size and the components to be separated, according to the size and kind of components to be separated, sieves with different pore sizes are available for use. So, according to the shape and size of the particles that has to be separated, different kinds of sieve with different types of different sizes of holes are found. So, suppose if you go to a construction site, you will find a large sieve that is used to separate the mud from the sand. If you see the sieve in the house, the holes are very small where you separate the flour from the mixture of flour and husk. So I hope all of you have understood this, children. For today, please keep it till here. In the next class, we will start with magnetic separation. So for today, up to this much. Thank you, class.